that video for some reason wants to keep playing in my ears and I can't hear you guys. So that's a video that I have played in many sessions, and it's actually really helpful for people. And so that's the reason we're sharing it. This is also a really good website. They have lots of additional information, and I really highly recommend it. So now we come to the part where we hopefully you guys have answers for these questions, which is, how patient are you when you're looking up information?
Not very.
Not very. Not very. Okay. Yeah, you guys can all unmute yourselves. There's not very many of us, so we can all talk.
It depends on how soon I want an answer.
So how frequently do you look at citations below the top 3?
I do that.
Yeah,
Do that.
quite a
Good.
bit.
Good.
Get
How
past
frequent-
the ads and then.
Well, I'll tell you, the other day I was looking for something and I was being impatient, and I just grabbed the first thing that popped up, and it was not what I wanted at all. And so that sent me back looking through a whole bunch of stuff until I found what I wanted. So that was a lesson.
What were you saying, Anne? Go ahead.
I don't know what I said.
You don't know what you're saying? Okay, that's good. How
Yeah.
often do you guys go to page 2 or 3?
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Once a week? Once a month?
Don't.
Okay.
More than once a
Because I
week.
probably do it every day. That's why I'm asking a question. It's just one of the things that I probably do every day. Just because I know that I'm not going to get the right answer. Especially if I'm shopping. Shopping on the internet, always a bad idea. Okay, RJ, do you have anything you want to add? Because I can't see you, so I can't see
No,
how.
I'm okay.
No. Okay, good.
you.
All right, that's good. So I think one of the things that we're hoping to do with this is this particular episode had less meat to it, because I think a lot of it is a doing activity, and it's aimed at people who aren't thinking through some of the things that we've already thought through. So are there any, next week we're going to talk about social media, and social media is one of those things that, yeah, just a second. Charlie's going to share some stuff from our website. So next week we're going to talk about social media, but what Charlie's going to do is she wants to show you, she's going to share her screen and show you where on our website to find more resources, to make sure that you know where those are at. So I'm going to be quiet and Charlie's going to talk. Right. And so in December, one of our members, Amy Quinn, who's a librarian, created a handout, which Charlie's now going to show us. Which is Research Smarts, which is misinformation and malarkey workshop. And she has lots of great resources around algorithms, around and other places of evaluating information. And this is on the website, and certainly you can use it and reuse it. It has the info there. And each of the websites is here with the links for things that we're doing. And so the Google Rater guidelines that were under the YouTube video are here. And this is just opportunities to do these other things. But all of our websites and the takeaways from each of our is here, and we're going to continue to update these resources and continue to make them available from our website. And please use them if you need them. So any other comments or questions today? We have takeaways, which I think is good. Patience is the critical thing.
This is Charlie. I just also wanted to say that on our webpage where we're storing all these links, if we feel that they have particular relevance to any episode, we include that link directly. Otherwise, these as we go are also added to the top of the page where it says, here's some additional resources. So if we happen to mention other sites like digital literacy for classrooms, learningforjustice.org, or you are interested in the links to the videos that we showed in addition to the crash course video, they're either going to be in the individual episode or in the overall resource list at the top of the page.
And the other thing is that if you have ideas on how we could make a program like this more interesting, I have like a 90-minute session where I do kind of a summary of all of them occasionally. But if there's other things or other information about this that you'd be interested in doing, or you think that we should know about, please share it with us so that we can make this a robust resource.
Okay.
Go ahead, Marcia.
Yeah, I just have a comment. This was probably 20, maybe even 30 years ago. I had a friend who was, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years younger than I am. And she was an early adapter of computers. And her job was optimizing websites so that they would appear as high as possible on the search engines. So I've known about that for a long time. Anyway, so I always have that in the back of my mind that people may be doing that, probably are doing that.
Yeah, people are. I'm privileged to be on a Facebook group that has 3,500 women who work in email marketing because of resource, because I have friends in that industry, and how to do it ethically. And so I get to see very interesting things about how you do the different jobs that happen. And so it's a huge industry. And when you think there's 3,500 women in this particular Facebook group, but in tech, fewer than 10% of the employees are women. And so when you think about that, and you think about Facebook and how big our groups are, you're talking about, major amounts of people.
Yeah.
And Charlie is busy listing some resources in the chat, that things that I have found that have been helpful. The Stanford History Education Research Group, who's one of the backers of this series, they have their own videos. And so this one, for example, there's a 2.5-minute video about click restraint. So they have the content that John Green presents, but they present it in a cartoonish way. But the information is also there. And if you know who Kevin Kelly is, he was the co-founder of Wired magazine. He's a futurist and technologist. There's an interesting On Being interview with him, which is fascinating. And one of the fascinating things about this particular interview, if you listen to the unedited version, is he sounds very wary at the beginning. At the end, he says, "You really did your research. You've asked me questions nobody's ever asked me before." So I thought that was really good. And then this is a cute little video called, again, from the RSA from England, "Our Attention is for Sale." And this is sort of a bridge video between this week and next week. As we're talking about, for next week, we're going to be talking about social media feeds. And so
next week is our last episode, by the way.
yes.
So we hope you stick with us through the bitter end.
Yes, we do. And really, thank you for doing this with us. We thought that this would be an interesting endeavor, and we are getting some interest on our YouTube channel. And please share the links with people, because we want to do that with your friends and family, so we can chip away at misinformation and disinformation through our examples and our actions. And I want to thank everybody for coming, and also to say how pleasant it is to have people to talk to about with this, because it's really helpful. And we're going to stop the recording now a little bit early.